Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog channel. So, I'm actually sitting on the couch right now because if you look around the house here, I'll just show you around the house real quick. We're getting ready to move, so it's really messy and like disastrous. But a lot of you guys want to know my donkey killer story, which is the donkey killer story for my military time. So like, here's the boxes getting ready to get packed, right? There's the messy kitchen. There's like a whole bunch of stuff just over here. That's basically Star Wars miniatures and Star Wars RPGs. So, I guess now this is where we're gonna tell our story. But anyway, so for today's story time, I mentioned before when I was talking about my military history, something about me being known as a donkey killer. Now it's an ongoing joke. It didn't last, like the name itself did not last really much past the initial actual deployment, but the story is still accurate as to what actually happened. So towards the end of my deployment to Iraq, we get to the very end of the entire thing. My TV's behind me. I can see myself in the reflection. Ooh, nifty. Anyway, we go to Iraq, and towards the end of the deployment, we got stuck there for about 15 months. So in the last month or so, we got put, me and my squad, no, it wasn't squad. I see, it's been so long now, I'm starting to forget the terms for the infantry. But anyway, my squad, I'm pretty sure it's squad. It was me, my team leader, and like a couple other individuals. So I'm pretty sure the term is squad. For the record, guys, it's been like 8 years since I was in the infantry. So, but anyway, we get put on what's known as a MIT team. Now at the time, the military was looking to send people from the National Guard and the reserves out on actual missions. They had been paying these people that were majors and first sergeants to be National Guard and reserves for the last umpteen years, and now that we were actually at war, they were all trying to dodge actually doing real military work. So the Army's answer to that was these big groups of people, these majors, these lieutenant colonels, these first sergeants who refused to go to do the actual job overseas, they're gonna put them on a single team. That single team is then going to be sent on a mission to train the Iraqi police and the Iraqi army. Now, midway through, what they do is they send them out there and they send them with enough people to fill 3 Humvees, okay? 3 Humvees. And what ended up happening is, midway through, the army decided, hey, 3 Humvees is not safe. You can only go out on missions if you have 4. So you needed 4 Humvees. Now, 4 Humvees sounds like a great thing, you know, okay, we need protection, except when you were already sent overseas with only enough people for 3 Humvees and you didn't even have a 4th Humvee, how are you now magically going to get the bodies for a 4th teammate? Now, not teammate, but 4th truck of people, basically. And the answer was that there would be a rotation. Now, my unit would loan a team of people to go out on these missions with the MIT team. And at the end of the deployment, it was my team's job to be that 4th truck. We were allowed to go out and do this mission. Now, you gotta bear in mind where I was mentally and the rest of the team was at this point mentally. We were at the end of the deployment, so we were ready to go home, and it was 15 months in, and basically everyone else had to go out on some final missions out on like the normal patrols and stuff, and we basically just got a free pass. You're gonna go hang out with a bunch of people who don't wanna actually do military work, and you're just gonna be their 4th truck, so you're gonna drive to one place and drive back. And we were like, yes, safety, we're gonna make it, we're done with the deployment, it's all over. So we get over to this unit and we discover that this unit, they are not your typical lazy National Guard reserve people. This is one of those, and I'm not gonna name names because that would be like the rudest thing ever, but the individual who was in charge of this unit, he was a major, okay? And this major was one of those guys that wanted to prove his worth. He wanted to prove to you that he wasn't some National Guard pogue. He wasn't a guy just sitting on a base doing nothing. So he took every mission that came up, and we were the 4th truck for this guy. So the first thing that happens is we get to the MIT team and we get in our little bunk area and we're like, cool, our chill week is gonna begin. We're not gonna do anything. We're gonna sit here and just chill out on base. And the first report comes down that we're going on a mission to drive over to the National Police area, teach them some tactics, and drive back in the same day. We're like, easy, because like my team, we don't do the teaching. We're just the 4th truck. We drive at a spot, park, and then we drive back. That's literally it. You can't get an easier job overseas. So we ended up going on this mission, and we were about to leave, and reports come down that, and you're gonna love this, the Iraqi army has lost a tank. I'm not even joking. Apparently we had given them a tank to use and they don't remember where they parked it. This is literally the report that came down. They didn't remember where they parked it, and when they figured it out, it had been stolen by the local insurgency group, which was known as JAM. It had been stolen. They stole a tank. So obviously, the guy in charge of these teams was like, all missions are canceled until we can locate the missing tank. The major in charge of this unit decided, we are not gonna let that stop us. We're going on our mission. So we drove off on this mission to the National Police area with a rogue tank rolling around, ready to take care of business. So we get all the way out to the National Police area, and then they get a radio call. Nothing happened on the way out there. And then they get a radio call. Are you insane? You need to turn around and come back right now. I don't know how it went down. As far as I know, I think they argued a little bit, things like that. I mean, my memory's a little fuzzy. It's been quite a while since this happened. But in the end, it was decided that we need to return back to the main base. We can't be out here. We're not doing the National Police thing. It's way too dangerous. No one knows where this roaming tank is, so we need to go. So we start to roll back. And there's one thing that you are taught, big thing you're taught when you're preparing to deploy to Iraq or Afghanistan. And that is, if you roll into an area and you don't see people, it's a ghost town. That's because the people who live there are fully aware that the insurgents have put something down. Bombs, or an ambush, or a trap. And it's a big sign that you do not want to be in that town. Cool. Okay, we know that. So we're rolling forward and we enter one of these ghost towns. So we roll into this thing. Ghost town. I'm looking around. At the time, I'm on the gun. So I'm on the big mounted gun on the top of a Humvee, okay? And I'm looking around and I'm like, guys, we just entered a ghost town. This is not gonna end well. As long as we keep moving though, we'll be okay. And we immediately stop. We stop right there in the middle of this ghost town. Apparently, the National Police who were taking point had found a bag with wires in it, which is normally a sign of an IED. A bag with wires in it means they're going to try and blow you up. So instead of going around it, taking a different route, whatever we're doing, the major in charge of our unit has now decided that he is going to teach the National Police how to pick up this potential IED for return. No, wait, I did it a little backwards. First off, we called the EOD, the guys who are supposed to remove it, and their response is, there's a rogue tank going around. Why are you even out there? Take a different route and go home. We will come back later and fix this problem. And the major decided, no, we're gonna teach the National Police how to be EOD. We're gonna walk them over there, pick up this thing, put it in the back of the truck, and drive back. I literally, and I mean, bear in mind, I was like 22, 23 at this time, so probably a little more heartless, I would say. But I leaned down to my buddy, the driver, and I'm like, hey, $5 says they're gonna blow up. I know, kind of evil, if you think about it, in hindsight, but that's what I told him. The whole time this has been going on, the first sergeant has been arguing that we cannot stay here. We cannot. It's a ghost town. That is a sign. And you are now stopping the trucks to get out and go to this bomb. Also, not a good idea in any way, shape, or form. So we decided, okay, he's arguing, I placed my bets in, they're gonna get the bomb anyway. And we do hear a very loud boom. Now, my immediate reaction to that entire thing is, holy crap, I just made $5 because they were really dumb in picking up bombs. I mean, honestly, think about that for a minute, guys. They went to go pick up a bomb. I know it was mean of me to put my bet down, but they went to go pick up a bomb. Come on. Anyway, immediately the radio goes off and the first sergeant's like, I just got hit with an RPG in the back of the thing here. We're currently under attack. Yeah. So basically, that was not a bomb, it was a staged situation so that we would roll into an ambush. So the major and the first sergeant then begin to argue while I'm taking shots and firing back, and every other truck is as well. They're arguing because the major's like, you will not talk to me like that, and the first sergeant's like, get your head out of your ass, we need to leave. Okay, they're arguing back and forth. My team leader calls up and tells them both to shut the hell up. We're gonna take point. So after this has been going on, I mean, like I said, my memory's a little fuzzy. This is a while ago. I wanna say that this argument was going on for 5 to 10 minutes. Realistically, probably lasted maybe 30 seconds to a minute before my team leader got on and said, we're leaving. So we completely hauled our butts out, got out of the middle of the formation, went down a street where we took point again, and we started trying to argue that they needed to follow us. Well, this is where the donkey part of my story comes into the donkey killer story. So we pull down this street. Now I'm in front on this street and we're taking fire from all sides. No one's really sure where it's coming from. So we're just doing general cover fire and return fire because we're just taking fire. And in front of us is a donkey. The donkey is attached to a cart. And on that cart is a big lump with a blanket on it. Now, immediate thought process is, we need to get rid of the donkey. My team leader says, move the donkey, shoot the donkey. So I open fire at the donkey's feet. I'm not gonna shoot a donkey. Come on, guys, it's a donkey. What? I have no evidence that this donkey is hostile. I have no evidence that this donkey is gonna run at me with guns a-blazing and stand up on its hind legs. But I also have no evidence that that is not a bomb on the back of the donkey cart. So I start opening fire on the donkey's feet, and my goal is to scare the donkey to get him to run away from us. Well, I scared the donkey, but the donkey came at us, running full speed, running right at us with this cart. Of course, now at this point, I'm getting yelled at to shoot the donkey, take out the donkey. We can't let it get close to us. So I have to open fire on the actual donkey. I opened fire on the donkey. A donkey did not die. That's fine. We have no evidence that he died at that point. But I opened fire on the donkey. I was told to do it. And at this point, we were potentially going to die ourselves. Donkey, I don't know where I hit him or what happened, or if maybe I did get him on his feet again, but the cart flips over and a bunch of watermelons fall out and break open. So the donkey then takes off with his overturned cart, and that's that. I'm like, okay, I shot at the donkey, shot around the donkey, no bomb, we're good to go. So then everyone finally gets behind us and we start hauling our butts out of there. We go like 60 miles an hour down very short streets. Probably not actually 60 miles an hour, but when you're under fire and your adrenaline's pumping, everything feels like you're moving at the speed of the Flash because everything's moving so quick. So we're just driving down all of these streets, left, right, trying to get out of here, trying to get out of this entire situation. And as we're leaving, we see a donkey at the end of all of these roads on the little walkway area that we're going over to the National Police area, because we weren't even going back to our base, we were going back to the National Police base. And we see that donkey, and he's all shot up, and I have no evidence it was the same donkey or how he got out there ahead of us, but why else would there be a donkey shot up randomly? And he was just standing there. Didn't appear hurt or nothing like that, but he definitely had bullet holes in him. So we drove away, and for a good chunk of the rest of that deployment, which luckily was only like a week or two, I was kind of getting dubbed the donkey killer, because there's a potential possibility that I may have shot a donkey to death. Yes. And the way that the story wrapped up, I don't know what happened to that major or that first sergeant, but we ended up getting blockaded into the National Police area because apparently what was going on was an official ambush. Like, they have satellite reports of everyone surrounding us and moving in. So we went to the National Police area, we had to stay there overnight, and then our entire unit got their entire force together and just did this gigantic push to come and get us and bring us back to the base. So it was pretty epic ending to my entire deployment. Everyone did fine. We had no casualties, nothing bad happened there except for potentially a donkey. I don't know. I feel bad for the donkey, but it's almost 10 years now. The donkey's probably dead either way at this point from old age. But what do you guys think? You think I killed the donkey? Can the donkey survive with multiple bullet holes? I don't really know. But you guys wanted to know this story, so I told you this story, and now I want to know what's the next thing you want to know about. Do you want to know about YouTube? Do you want to know more about my Army stuff? Because I got a lot of stories. I was in for 10 years, guys. Or do you want to just know about just stupid things in general? Just let me know in the comments down below so I can continue to answer your questions, and I'll see you next time right here on my vlog channel, and I hope you guys enjoy.